2NURFM News. For our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay, the large floor tile specialists.
It's 1 o'clock good afternoon. I'm Thandi Chindove with 2NURFM Hunter News. The Transport Workers Union officials have applauded a man who leapt to the aid of a bus driver who was attacked at Raymond Terriers earlier this week. The driver has been offered counselling, but officials say bus drivers often find themselves having to deal with disrespectful behaviour from some members of the community. Union Secretary Mick Forbes says while the public needs to be more patient, drivers also need to be trained to handle aggressive situations.
And, we'll call upon the public just to be a bit more patient, be a bit more realistic about who they're dealing with. Unfortunately for bus drivers, they're picking up all walks of life, and we say that they need to be better equipped to be able to deal with those situations.
The number of Hunter residents declaring bankruptcy is on the rise as the coal downturn continues. The latest figures from the Australian Financial Security Authority show Newcastle had the highest number of personal insolvencies for the September quarter in New South Wales outside the Greater Sydney area. Manager of Financial Counselling Hunter Valley Project, Maria Hatch, says people facing financial challenges should seek financial counselling.
People are not coping with the level of debt they have, and they're taking the easy out. They're not looking at long term. We've seen an increase in people who don't get financial counselling with an increase in bankruptcy, who come to us afterwards and say, I wish I hadn't have done that.
Work is set to commence installing road safety barriers along Station Street, Waratah this Sunday in a bid to prevent vehicles running off the road and colliding with trees. Around 50 metres of curb and barriers will also be added between Turnton Road and Market Street, with a 40 km/h speed limit in place from 7 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. until next Thursday. Anna Ziki from Roads and Maritime Services says the upgrades are aimed at improving road safety.
We would expect to have a safer intersection there, a safer area along that stretch of Station Street, so that drivers are more protected when they're coming along there and they can avoid running off the road. We'll be asking motorists to stick to a temporary 40 km speed limit during the work.
Lake Macquarie Council is calling residents to identify crime problems across the area to create a safer community. A new online survey has been made available to the public and will allow Council to prioritise crime prevention strategies according to community concerns. The data collected from the survey will be released early next year. Hunter residents are being urged to learn how to save a life in time for summer, with free CPR training on offer at the Beresfield Swimming Centre. Registered participants will receive free pool entry, while a certified instructor will lead the introductory CPR activity from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. this Sunday. Life member of the Beresfield Swimming Club, Sharon Carey, says it's a skill worth learning.
We only hear about drownings that involve, a death. There's a lot of near drownings that we don't hear about as well, so we should all know how to do it.
A Windale man is facing court over alleged drug offences today following a police search of his Swan Street home. Investigators allegedly uncovered amphetamines and cannabis during the raid, as well as an amount of cash, computer equipment and drug paraphernalia at the 42-year-old's premises on Wednesday. Anyone with information on the incident is urged to call Crime Stoppers on 1-800-333 000. In finance, the All Ords is down 20.9 points at 53.31, and $1 Australian is buying 86.5 US cents. Now it's sport, Belinda De Las Heras.
It'll be a battle between the A-League's only winless teams at Parramatta Stadium tomorrow night, with the Newcastle Jets set to take on the Western Sydney Wanderers. Jets defender Sam Gallagher and winger James Vigili have both been dropped for the clash. Scott Neville makes a return from injury, allowing skipper Hugh Yarlines to return to his preferred role as central defender. A Hunter pair are chasing Greyhound Racing's biggest prize in its version of the Melbourne Cup tonight. The 515-metre race will see Aberglasson's Awesome Project and Maitland's Cabo going head-to-head. The winner will take home $420,000 in winnings. And City United and Curry Western will be pushing for outright points on the second day of Maitland First Grade Cricket's fourth round tomorrow. City are just 7 wickets away from securing first innings points against Thornton, while Curry Western hold a 192-run advantage over the Griffins. That's sport. I'm Belinda De Las Heras.
2NURFM News Time is coming up to 1:05.